You got the raise, finally. You sat there in the car, did the math in your head, and you made yourself a promise. This is the year it changes. This is the year I finally start saving. 3 months go by, you open your banking app, and somehow the balance is sitting at almost exactly where it was before the raise ever landed. The extra money came in. You know it did, but it's gone. And the unsettling part is you can't even really point to where it went. Here's what nobody tells you. That is not because you're bad with money. That money was never going to stay. It was built to leave. You've been told saving is simple. Spend less than you earn. Just show a little discipline, so when it somehow never works, you do the only thing you've got left. You blame yourself. But there is a machine running underneath your paycheck, and it has exactly one job: to make sure that no matter how much money comes in, almost none of it ever stays. Picture your savings as a bucket. You keep pouring money in. It somehow never fills up. And tonight, we are climbing down to find out why. Because somebody drilled holes in the bottom of it. On purpose. I'm the money mole. I dig up the money systems they bury, and today we are tunneling under your own paycheck to find the holes they really don't want you to see. Grab your headlamp. Let's dig. First hole. And it cracks open the very second your income goes up. You get the raise, a few hundred extra every month. And the first thought through your head is, perfect, now I can finally start saving some of this. But watch what actually happens instead. The slightly nicer apartment, the newer car payment, the grocery cart that quietly gets a little fuller every week. Small upgrades you once swore you'd never need start to feel completely, boringly normal. And within a couple of months, your spending has quietly risen up to swallow the entire raise. You earn more. You keep exactly the same. Still nothing left over to pour in the bucket. There's a name for this. Your lifestyle expands to fit whatever you feed it. Give it more, it simply wants more. It is never, ever full. So that raise you were finally going to save? The machine had already eaten it, long before it ever really reached you. Second hole. And this one might be the single cleverest thing they have ever built. Think about how completely effortless it is to spend money today. One tap, your card is already saved. Buy now, pay later. The thing is on a truck before you've even set the phone back down. Every speed bump between you and spending has been sanded all the way down to nothing. It is engineered to be frictionless, painless, automatic. They want it to feel like no real decision at all. Now think about everything saving actually asks of you. Log in, hunt for the transfer screen, decide on an amount, wait 3 business days, and somewhere in that gap, quietly talk yourself back out of it. You see the trick now? They stripped every last bit of friction out of spending, and then quietly piled all of it on top of saving instead. You are not lazy. You are swimming upstream by design. The entire current was built to carry your money out the door, not to help you hold on to it. Third hole. And this one doesn't go for your wallet. It goes straight for your feelings. Because they didn't just make spending easy, they made it feel good. Spending got rebranded. It's self-care now. It's a reward. You had a hard week, so you've earned this. Go on, treat yourself. Every ad you have ever seen is quietly selling the same idea. That the gap between the life you have and the life you want is just one more purchase wide. So you keep buying, trying to close a gap that was drawn to never actually close. Saving has no ad campaign. Nobody on earth is paying to make a full bucket feel exciting. So spending feels like a warm little reward, and saving feels like a punishment you are putting yourself through. Flip that around for a second. Imagine if keeping your money felt as good as spending it does. The whole machine would seize up overnight, which is the exact reason it was never, ever built to feel that way. Fourth hole. The quiet one. The one draining your bucket right now, tonight, while you sleep. The subscriptions, the one you completely forgot you ever signed up for. The free trial that quietly started charging you 4 whole months ago. The streaming service you have honestly opened twice. Each one is small, $9, $14, $6, small enough that canceling it feels like more hassle than it could ever possibly be worth. So you let it ride. And it renews, automatically, every single month, forever, while you are busy looking the other way. And that is the whole design. Set the charge just low enough that you let it slide, and just automatic enough that you forget it even exists. Death by 1,000 tiny cuts you technically agreed to. Add them all up across a single year, and it suddenly stops being small. That is a vacation. That is the start of a real emergency fund, leaking out $10 at a time through holes you long ago stopped noticing. But the deepest hole of all isn't in your account. It is in your head, and it quietly does more damage than every other hole combined. You have been taught your entire life that saving is about willpower, self-control, being a responsible grown-up. So every single time the bucket turns up empty, there is only one place left to point the finger, right back at yourself. And that is exactly what the machine is counting on. Because as long as you truly believe it is all your fault, you will never once look at the design. You will just feel ashamed, promise to try harder, and fail in the very same way next month. Your guilt is not a side effect of this system. Your guilt is the fuel. It keeps your eyes pointed down and inward instead of out at the holes. That is the deepest gear in the whole machine. Saving was never a test of your character. It was carefully rigged to feel like one. Let me show you this entire machine in two people. Same job, same paycheck, same raise, same bills hitting on the same day of the month. The first one does it the exact way we were all taught. Pay for everything you need first and then save whatever happens to be left over at the end of the month. But there is never anything left over. There is always one more thing. So month after month, the leftover comes out to zero. The bucket stays bone dry, and slowly, quietly, they decide they must just be bad with money. The second one changes one thing and only one thing. The day the money lands before they spend a single cent, a slice slides straight into savings. Automatically, gone before it has any chance to leak out. They live on what is left after saving, instead of trying to save what is left after living. Same words, flipped around, a completely different life. Same income. Same machine. Same 5 holes. One of them feeds it everything they earn, for years. The other quietly walks off with a full bucket, and the only real difference was the order they did 2 simple things in. Now stretch that out over 10 years. The first one has a decade of empty months and a story about being bad with money. The second one has a small fortune, built out of the exact same paycheck. Same money walked in the door. Sit with that for a second. Now, before you swear off money completely and start stuffing it all under the mattress, let me shine the headlamp on the honest part of this. Nobody is sneaking into your account at night and stealing from you. There is no cartoon villain here. The stores, the apps, the subscriptions, they are all just doing the precise thing they were built to do. Keep your money moving. There is an entire industry full of very smart people paid extremely well to make spending effortless and to make saving forgettable, and they are genuinely brilliant at it. That is not a conspiracy. That is simply their job. The real problem is simpler and honestly a little worse. The whole system rests on one quiet assumption, that you will save whatever is left over. And then it works very hard to make sure there is never anything left over. You were never bad at saving. You were handed a game that was designed from the very start for you to lose, and then you got blamed for losing it. But once you can finally see the board, you can stop playing along. So here is how you climb up out of the tunnel. 4 moves, and not a single one of them asks you for more willpower. 1. Pay yourself first. The day the money lands, a set amount moves itself into savings automatically, before your hand can get anywhere near it. You stop saving whatever is left. You start spending whatever is left. This one move quietly beats almost every other piece of money advice out there. Because it does not try to out-discipline the machine, it just takes your cut first before the machine ever gets its turn. 2. Make your saving invisible. Move it into a separate account, ideally at a whole different bank with no card attached to it at all. Out of sight, 3 days away. Put the friction back, on purpose, but this time on the leak instead of on the flow. 3. Hunt down the quiet ones. Pull up your last statement and read every single recurring charge out loud. Cancel every one you forgot you even had. Each one you kill is a hole you have plugged for good. 4. Save the raise, not the leftover. The next time your income goes up, move that exact amount straight into savings before your lifestyle ever lays eyes on it. Keep the machine hungry. Do that one thing alone, and the raise that always used to vanish into thin air becomes the raise that finally starts filling the bucket. So the next time you open your account and feel that quiet little wave of shame roll through you, I want you to stop. That feeling is not proof that you are bad with money. It is the machine, working exactly the way it was always built to. Your bucket was never broken. It simply had holes in it you were never meant to find. Well, now you have found every single one of them. You do not need more discipline. You do not need to suddenly start earning twice as much. You just need to stop saving last. Because here's the part they can never take back from you. Every one of these leaks only works in the dark. The forgotten subscription, the raise that vanishes, the guilt that keeps your eyes on the floor, all of it needs you not looking. And you just turned on the light. The mole is heading back underground. But you? Go plug one hole tonight. Just one. That is exactly how a bucket starts to fill. And if this dug something up for you, subscribe, because this whole channel is one long tunnel dug under the stuff they bury. Then do one thing for me. Down in the comments, tell me the subscription you completely forgot you were paying for. Be honest, I really want to see these. Keep digging.